balloon artist. Today I'm going to show you how to make a really impressive flower bouquet for Valentine's Day that's also really easy to make. Hi, I'm Melanie from Balloon Artworks in Derbyshire in the UK. Let's get started straight away. So for these flower bouquets you're going to need some green 260s. I'm using spring green and I'm using my hand pump, so there's no fancy equipment being used today. Going straight back to basics, and this is a really great design if you're starting out in your balloon twisting journey, so it's a good place to start. Okay, so we're going to inflate the 260s with 4 strokes of the Qualatex hand pump. So this is my hand pump of choice. It's the one I prefer. When I'm talking about a stroke of a hand pump, some people call them pumps, we're talking about 1 pump, 2 pumps, 3 pumps, 4 pumps. So that's how we're counting things. So take your 260, pop it on the end of your hand pump and just count. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's where we're stopping, okay? Keep hold of the end here. And I'm going to show you close up how to tie this. So I like to put a twist in the neck here because that just helps trap the air. And then I put the neck, I'm right-handed, so I put the neck in between those 2 fingers here, and then I wrap the nozzle over the top of my thumb and I bring it back here and I just get hold of the knot and pull it through. Okay, so that's how I tie. If you're enjoying this video and getting value from this tutorial, be sure to give it a like and to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my future videos. So we're going to create the stem. So we've got a tail here of perhaps about 7 fingers or so, and we're just going to grasp hold of this knot here and make a loop, okay? And that loop is approximately 3 to 4 fingers. So I'm measuring with my fingers. If you think your fingers are bigger or smaller, you will need to adjust. But you will get used to measuring in fingers. It's a really useful, it's a really handy way to measure. Okay, so take hold of this loop and just twist it, okay? Keep hold of that neck and nozzle, that knot and nozzle, and just pass the nozzle through and the knot through. You can see there, the knot has moved to the other side. And that is because we do that because it's going to be harder for this loop now to unravel. If you don't do that, there's a chance it will unravel, okay? And then make another loop, okay? And measure it again. And try and get a loop that is as close as possible to the other one, but if it's bigger or smaller, don't worry. Close is good enough, and then let's make another loop, okay? And then we just move these loops around, and again, that's to lock them all in position, okay? So that's what you've got. And then you're left with this at the end. And what we're going to do, we're going to make a little poodle tail at the end. So I like to finish off my flowers with a little bubble at the end. That's how I like to finish them off. It's just my personal preference. And we call it a poodle tail because you will often see balloon dogs finished off with a little bubble at the end of their tail, a poodle tail effect. So we're going to do that with this flower. So what you want to do is just twist off a small bubble, okay? So hold on to this here and then just wrap your hands very gently around the uninflated bit here. So I'm not pressing on hard at all, but I'm not holding on the tip, and then press down onto this bubble of air, and this happens, okay? Now, I'm still holding on, it's not quite gone to the tip, so I'm just giving it a gentle squeeze, and then I can let go, and we've got the little poodle tail at the end, okay? Next, you're going to need a heart balloon, and I'm using Pearl Ruby Red, and I'm pushing the heart down onto my hand pump. As you can see there, it's wrinkled up, and that's so that the air will go into the lobes of the heart fairly quickly, okay? And I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? And at that point you can see the heart shape has appeared. Again, I'm going to tie off using my usual method, okay? And I can take my stem and I can now just take that knot and nozzle, really pull it down into that junction of those loops, and then use that neck and just wrap it around those loops to secure it in position. Okay, now then, I've got a shortcut for you which I'm going to show you on the next stem. I promised to show you a shortcut with the hearts, okay? And one of the things I love about balloon art is there are so many different ways to do things, and there are very few absolute rights and wrongs. So there are always different ways to do things, and that's one of the things people ask me, you know, why did you do X, Y, or Z this way in this video and then you did it differently in another video? And frankly, it's probably just depending on how I felt that day. But there are so many different ways to do things. So this is something that you can do with your hearts or with other balloons. And let me show you. So I'm inflating as before and giving a twist there to that heart. And we know that heart is nicely inflated because we can see the lobes inflated here. Okay, so I've not tied it. So just take your stem, keep hold of this, and then just wrap that neck in directly into that cluster of loops there, and just keep wrapping it round. So I haven't even tied a knot. So if you're finding knot tying quite difficult, then that's one way to avoid tying a knot. You just need to make sure that you wrap the neck round these loops a lot, really until you've used it all up. And the reason it doesn't come undone is because the latex is stretchy and it likes to stick to the other, the other bits of latex. So it's really hard for that to come undone now. So that is really secure, and it's a quicker way to make your flower. So hey, what do you think of that tip? Was that a good one or what? Leave me a comment in the comment section. It was a revelation to me when I first learned that you could do that. So we're also obsessed with tying, but let me know in the comments what you think about that. Is that something that you can use? Okay, make lots more of these. Okay, next, take a 260 or a 160. I'm using a 160, it really doesn't matter. And pinch hold of the tip end, and with your thumb and forefinger, just grab hold of the balloon and then drag it through your fingers so that you're taking all the air out. Okay, and then just tie a knot in the end. And that's going to leave you with an uninflated balloon that is quite flat and ribbon-like. So it's a stretchy strap. Okay, so we've got our dozen flowers, and it can be quite tricky to assemble these into a bouquet. But just start to bring them together in a bunch. Okay. And then when you've got quite a few, get hold of this strap, put it underneath, okay? And then just add more to the bouquet by stuffing them under the strap, okay? And we can sort the arrangement out once we've got them all assembled. It really is just a matter of getting them all into a bunch, okay? And then once you've got them like that, just take that strap and tie the ends together. So this is purely to hold all the stems together whilst we make our bouquet. Okay, and I'm looking for this one that's poking through. Okay, and again, this stage, the look isn't critical, but that's just to hold everything together. For our bow, I'm using a chrome gold, and I'm just going to take hold of the tip and again, run my fingers along, taking the air out, but then I'm going to let go. And that is a way of just getting a little bit of extra length out of your chrome 260 or any other 260. And then I'm going to inflate 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I've just got a 1 to 2 finger tail here, and then I'm just going to let a little bit of air out, just soften the balloon very slightly, and then tie. Okay, and then I'm going to stretch my balloon a little bit more because we want quite a bit of length out of this one. Okay, so twist off a bubble of about a hand span, so that's probably 3 inches or so. Okay, and then make a loop. Okay, so that loop is about, again, a hand span, so this one's probably about 4 inches or so. Twist that, okay, and you can pass that through the middle there, and again that's going to lock everything in place so that bubble isn't going to come undone whilst you're working and making your bow. And again, there are lots of different ways to make bows, so this is just one way. So I'm making another loop to match this one, okay? Just twist that off and just check again. It's a little bit small, so I'm just going to undo it, make it slightly bigger, twist again, okay, and then wrap the two together, okay? And then I want to make a little bubble here, a soft bubble, okay? And we're going to pinch twist this, okay? And we're going to pinch twist it by holding on to it, moving the balloon, this side of the balloon down. So grab hold of that, pull it up and twist round, okay? And if you want more detailed instructions on how to make a bow, I've got another video, a very detailed video, so I'll leave the link in the description below if you want to follow that separately, okay? So we want to make sure this is as long as it can be, nice and stretched out. Take your bouquet and wrap this around your bouquet, okay? And at this point we want to twist off a bubble that is a similar sort of length to this one. And if you run out of balloon or you find that it's not quite worked out the same kind of length, don't worry, you can always use another balloon. And then just wrap that twist into the join there. I've lost the pinch twist. And wrap it into the pinch twist as well. Okay? And then if you like your bow like this with nice rounded bow here, that's fine. You want to square it off, just part the loop slightly, just massage it a little bit, and that just squares it off. Okay, and then I'm just going to trim off this nozzle here just to tidy the end of that bow up a little bit. And you need to make sure that this bubble is hiding that 160 that we used to hold everything together. Okay, so I'm just moving things up at the back a little bit so that these flowers at the back are a little bit higher. If you've enjoyed the video, remember to hit like and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my future videos, and I'll see you again soon.